Hello everyone, Johnny Thunder, EAS&Weather here, with an update to the Day 1 Outlook for severe weather. They're making minor changes with the Day 1 Outlook, so minor changes, but certainly changes that cannot be ignored. So first of all, the slight risk that already encompasses much of central and southeastern Arkansas, far northeastern Louisiana, far southwestern Tennessee, northern Mississippi, and northern half of Alabama has been expanded eastward slightly to include west central Georgia into the slight for today. Again, no major change with the slight risk other than the fact that they expanded eastward to include west central Georgia, but nothing major. And the marginal here pretty much remains the same for the most part. Of course, they kind of expanded it slightly to include more northeast Arkansas and far southeastern Missouri. And the margin was also expanded southwestward to include more of eastern Texas, but really no major change there. One of the main changes was the additional marginal today. A second marginal was put in place, which encompasses south central Arizona. Cities in the slight include Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, and Little Rock, Arkansas. And the marginals today include Phoenix, Arizona, Memphis, Tennessee, Tucson, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, and Glendale, Arizona. Going to the tornado threat for today. So the 2% tornado risk remains largely the same. The 2% tornado risk has been remains pretty much the same. So yeah, which encompasses, it already encompassed southeast Arkansas, northern half of Louisiana, most of Mississippi, and most of Alabama. The 2% tornado risk today now also includes west central Georgia. Another change to the tornado threat was adding a 5% tornado risk today, which encompasses northern Mississippi and west central Alabama. The 5% tornado risk area today includes Birmingham, Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Hoover, Alabama, Vestavia Hills, Alabama, and Tupelo, Mississippi. And cities in the 2% tornado risk area today includes Atlanta, Georgia, Montgomery, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana, Columbus, Georgia, and Little Rock, Arkansas. Going to the wind threat for today. So the 15% wind risk area already encompassed northern Mississippi and much of Alabama. They kind of expanded the 15% wind risk to include east central Arkansas and west central Georgia, but no major changes to the 15% wind risk. And the 5% wind risk remains the same pretty much, so I'm not going to go over that. I'm not going to go over that part. But the Storm Prediction Center has added a second 5% wind risk today covering south central Arizona. The 15% wind risk area today includes Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, and Huntsville, Alabama. And the 5% wind risk area today include Phoenix, Arizona, Memphis, Tennessee, Tucson, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, and Glendale, Arizona. Now to the hail threat. The hail threat pretty much remains the same for the most part. For the most part, it does. Yeah, it pretty much remains the same. So I'm not gonna go over it too much. The 15% hail risk remains the same. The 5% remains the same for the most part. Of course, the 5% hail risk now includes far southeastern Missouri, and a little bit more of eastern Texas, and the black dashed area, which indicates the highest potential for 2-inch in diameter hail or larger, that remains the same largely, but it now includes more of eastern Texas, in addition to the 5% hail risk. And the 5% hail risk, there's another 5% hail risk. Oh, really? there's another 5% hail risk today covering south central Arizona. So, cities in CIG 1 include Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Jackson, Mississippi. The 15% hail risk today includes Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Little Rock, Arkansas, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Hoover, Alabama. And finally, the 5% hail risk areas today include Phoenix, Arizona, Memphis, Tennessee, Tucson, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, and Atlanta, Georgia. So, in summary, large hail, damaging wind, and a couple of tornadoes are possible this afternoon and evening from the mid-south and the northwest Georgia. So, those are the changes I had to address. Stay safe in the affected areas today, even whether you're in the slight or the marginal, because you never know what the heck those can pull off sometimes. And I'll have my day 2 severe weather outlook after it's updated. Take care.